second full day, technically day 3 in Kauai. We had a tour of the Na Pali Coast, and the previous day we had the Heli tour that was canceled due to some weather. So when we woke up on Tuesday to go to head to the place for the tour, it was raining very hard, and this was the day that Kiko was supposed to be like closest to the island. So when we woke up, I was just like, oh god. I was just like driving, and it's about an hour 15 from where we're staying, and I was like, oh god, I just have a feeling they're gonna cancel.
I was considering calling because I'm like, oh, this does not look good. I also was afraid like the waves were gonna be like, you know, choppy, and it wasn't really gonna be this like catamaran relaxing boat ride. So
but anyway, we got on the boat and the clouds start rolling in, it starts drizzling. Whatever, we're on the boat, so it wasn't a big deal. As soon as we pull out of the dock, we start seeing spinner dolphins, so that was cool. And then I think later on in the ride we saw some bottlenose dolphins.
Yeah.
You need to hold that.
I know, I've been trying.
I think it was my first time like seeing them, so that was really awesome. Well, they were right up on the boat. I mean, like literally right up on the boat, like to the point where if that dolphin stopped swimming, like we would hit it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. They were just like, I don't know, just like riding with us. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
And then we got to the place of snorkel. Really wasn't much to see. There was like, as soon as you get off the boat,
it was like a lot of sediment in the ocean, so I felt like you couldn't. Also, it was cloudy, so it really didn't illuminate the ocean that well either. So I felt like it wasn't all that great.
Granted, when I was looking up online, I had seen the videos and I was like, I don't see anything that seems like, whoa, this is crazy good for snorkeling. We didn't do it for the snorkeling. We did it for the cool ride.
Yeah.
And the snorkeling was just like, all right, a little plus.
Yeah.
It was nice to get on the water, and it was really, really cool. But it wasn't great for snorkeling.
Yeah.
But that was like, at that point, that was like the start of where the more, I guess, photographed portion of the Na Pali Coast starts.
Yeah.
And then once we started going in, there was like this Kong's Point where it was like King Kong's face.
Yes, that was really
It
cool.
looked really cool, and because it was like kind of cloudy still and ominous, it was like, and they were playing music.
Yeah, it added to the effect.
It added to the effect. Yeah, it was like, I felt like I was in King Kong, like we were about to go see Kong.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. And then the sun starts coming out, and we're getting close to the coast, and just looking at it, and it's gorgeous. And then they're just telling us some fun facts and things about the island and the beaches and some of the Hollywood movies that were filmed there, like Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Flies and a few others.
Indiana Jones, 6 Days, 7 Nights, Off the Vocal Gold, Goldfinger, just name a few. All filmed right here on the sand. Watchers, please stay low, don't bend your knees, hang on. Woo! Best way to ride that hammock is on your stomach. You want to lay on your stomach, hands first.
It was really incredible.
Yeah. I would totally do it again with like friends and stuff. It was really nice.
So on the tour, we're first riding along the coast, like probably within 100 feet of it, looking at it. And then when we did like a U-turn, so to speak, when we turned the boat around, heading back to the port, we were a further distance away, so we can get more of a view, more of a panoramic view. And then I guess the wind started coming in, and it got really choppy, and the boat was just throwing sprays of water. It was really nice. It was cool. It felt good.
Yeah, I think everybody needed it towards the end because everybody was really hot. People were sleeping just from like being out in the sun, and you're drained. I fell asleep. It's kind of funny.
I was ready for something else to do. I was like, let's go jump in the water. So after we finished with the boat tour of the Na Pali Coast, we were gonna go to Waimea Canyon, pass through there, and go to, I forget the name, but it's the lookout, and it was to get to Kalepa Ridge Trail. Not like an official trail, I don't think. Like, it's not on all trails or anything like that, but has these stunning views. So we drove about 45 minutes in that way. Then we got into some traffic, which I read online, like traffic is typical. I mean, it's in Kauai, there's only one main road, like around the entire island. It doesn't connect because of the mountains, but anyway, so we were waiting in there in the line, and I was like, all right, I'll be patient. We waited about 30 minutes, and I think maybe after 20 minutes I texted that couple that we met from Jersey and was like, because I think they were planning on doing the same thing, and they had gotten back to me and was like, yeah, like we waited but we turned around, apparently the road is closed. So thank God they let us know, because then we were like, all right, screw it, we're turning around. So that was our day 2, the Na Pali Coast, and then we tried doing Waimea Canyon, but we didn't. So then we ended up going to Poipu Beach.
Yeah. And that was nice.
That was nice. And I heard a kid was like, oh, there's turtles, or something like that. And then I looked and I was like, oh my God, babe, like there's, right where we were sitting, like
there was like 12 big turtles.
Like maybe like 300 yards away.
Just laying on the beach.
And
so cute.
Yeah, we had no idea. So then we walked over, and you know, they have signs like for you to stay a certain distance away. So everyone kept their distance. But it was so cool to see. So whatever, then we went back to like our spot on the beach. And then I was seeing people in the water like pointing, or I think I heard turtles again. And I was like, Bree, I was like, I think there's sea turtles in the water. I was like, I grabbed my gear, my snorkel, and I was like, let's go. Well, I guess I just went.
I looked from a distance.
Yeah. So I went in, and it was probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock, so the sun was setting.
Yeah.
It was kind of dark, but still got to see, I think, 2 sea turtles over there, so that was pretty cool. Well, I stayed in the water pretty much till sunset.
It was a beautiful sunset, and I wasn't going to until I saw like a bunch of people gathered on this side of the beach, and I was like, oh, what are they looking at? And it was the sunset. It just looked so gorgeous along the water. So yeah, I ran over there, and he was looking for me.
Yeah, I was in the water, and I was like, where's Brie? I was like, our stuff is over there. I didn't see her, but so yeah, she went to go take a look at the sunset. So our last day in Kauai, that was like we were saying, we had the heli tour scheduled in the morning, went down there, went through orientation, couldn't do it. Then we went to a beach. I can't remember the beach name. It was pretty rough. I was just in there on a boogie board, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
We were just kind of waiting at the beach for the next flight.
Yeah.
Went back to the heli tour again, canceled. So then we pretty much just went home.
Yeah.
Had food, and then Bree had scheduled a photo shoot.
A photo shoot for us with one of my photographers that I've been like loving her photos. She fits the aesthetic that I was going for with CJ and I, where it's like not posed, but it's like super movement oriented. Like it's kind of like candid looking photos. I'm so excited, and it was so much fun shooting with her. She was super like bubbly and like encouraging, and so many positive affirmations, and she was just so funny. I loved it.
Yeah, she made it. I don't like taking photos, but she made it pretty easy to take some photos. Like every day there was rain, and it just, we need to go back to Kauai.
Yeah.
We need to give it another
We need a
shot.
redo.
I know for a fact that we would have loved it if we had a little bit better weather.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still beautiful as is. We just, some things happened, and we just weren't able to do what we had.
A lot of things weren't working out, so it was kind of like killing our vibe in a sense.
Yeah. Having that heli tour, that was the #1 thing on our list to do. Having that canceled 3 times was a bummer, and that was after already having the Waimea Canyon road, like that was closed, and so we couldn't do one of the hikes that we really wanted to do. So like that on top of that was like, oh. But I mean, at least the hurricane didn't hit the mainland, so we got lucky with that.